So, this is a rather important one, isn't it? These are basically closed-back Schiit9500s, but USB gaming headset with LEDs. Okay, so these are $100, and they appeared on Amazon, and someone, I don't remember where, was just like, hey, Zeus, did you see this? Buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now. And then I did, and then I burned them in because I had to plug them into my laptop on the other side of the basement. I just let them play music for a couple days. And then I ignored them for like 2 months because that's just how I feel about doing things sometimes. Wallpaper available in the description. And I figure if you're going to do something bad, like turn the Schiit9500 into a gaming headset, you should use the best, right? So here we go. So these, fuck you, Philips. Do you know what the model number for these is? Because if you look at it, it says Philips headphone 6000 series, whatever the fuck that means. And it's blatant. Like I got the ship. Like this is the same headphone, maybe the 9600 headband and everything, but the pads are patty. This is called. It's written on the box somewhere. There it goes. This is the TAG 6105, TAG 6105. That's it. What the fuck? And it's a USB gaming headset. USB. There's no, you can't take the wire off. You can't take the mic off. You can, I think, shut the LED off because there's a button here that says LED, and I push it, and occasionally, like different things happen. I hold it. No, there. Oh, I can change colors real fast if I hit it a bunch. The problem with this video is these sound fucking great. This is the biggest problem. All right. Everyone wants me to do the game fidelity video. Game fidelity 2021, Zeus, when are you going to do that? We're going to reel in those views. And this might be the start of it. I mean, not actually this. This is just still the review of this. Oh, and I'm going to discuss the Dakoni Schiit9500 earpads. Dakoni made earpads for the Schiit9500s. And I'm going to test those. There's timestamps. We're going to review this first. Then I got the 2 sets of ships that I just happen to have lying around, wired up, and I'm gonna swap pads and I'll do the thing. But can we just fucking talk about the TAG 6105, which is a terrible horseshit name, but we're gonna go with it. They're built like Philips Schiit9500s, where you have a giant, soft, super fucking thick comfort strap with foam above it in case something goes wrong or it doesn't rattle. You've got the pads that are the inside of fabric of a Honda Civic, which I love, and some people just don't like that, and that's where we get to the fucking earpads from Dakoni. So I'm not including Dakoni into the thing. You get the same build quality where like it just pivots here, and there's that little piece of tape just in case that little pointy end was to get accidentally twist and touch it. It won't damage it. They have no clamp. No clamp. That's good. It was good when I reviewed the Schiit9500s fucking 4 years ago. It's good now because they're super thick, soft, non-memory foam. I don't think it's memory foam, just very soft. And you put them on your head. You place these on your head, and you got to get the angle right. They don't auto adjust. You got to like twist them so that they're perfect. And you twist them so they're perfect, and then you're not wearing any headphones. And now they're closed back. Because with the open back Schiit9500s, it was like, ooh, these are so nice and open and clear. Now we are blatantly fucking just closed. Although the pads do allow a little bit of noise to seep through, they're not going to like block out the entirety of the world. In fact, is that a vent? It looks like a vent hole right there. Yeah, there and there in the structure, there's vents. Different from the Schiit9500 or 9600, obviously closed back. LED rings that just constantly changes fucking color that I can't seem to get it to stop. Changing color. Just be off or be purple. Click, 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 click. Green, blue, blue, yellow. There was purple there. I wanted to keep it purple, but okay. Attached cable is a very thick data cable. Like I've played with other USB headsets before, and it's always like the cable feels a little bit like chintzy. Not this. This is serious. This is a serious, like, I'm not worried about this cable. I hate it. I hate every moment of it because it's a USB attached gaming headset cable. I hate everything. But for some reason, I'm really attracted to this fucking headphone and cable. And it gets it's just super thick all the way down to the connector, which is here, which is nice and short and isn't fancy. It doesn't have a fucking skull in it or anything. It's just a USB connector, and it plugs in. It's not that long, 6 feet, not even 6 feet, probably 5 foot. Does it say the meters? How many metra? 100? What? Okay, first of all, I didn't even look at the side of the box. 32 ohms impedance. Doesn't matter, because we're not using an amplifier. Total harmonic distortion, less than 1%. That's fine. Maximum power input. It's a fucking USB, so I don't know why 50 milliwatts matters. There's 15 millimeter driver, 104 decibel sensitivity. Again, we're not amplifying it, so that's fine. Why does it claim 100 to 20,000 hertz? This definitely goes lower than 100, but that's wrong. Does it say? Oh, by the way, it says virtual 7.1 surround. Ignore it. Ignore that shit. This kid is fucking rocking it. Unidirectional microphone, which is actually okay. It's decent. It's not great. 7.1 surround sound bullshit. EQ system. It does have that. LED lighting system. It has that, and USB 2.0 connector. That's, you know, they're selling me on it already. So the most fucking beefy USB cable to a control box that actually, and I hate gaming headsets, but it actually makes fucking sense. You get some nice round buttons, a raised positive and negative. I have it on this laptop because it's USB only, and I'm not hooking it up to this thing yet. Wait. So you, positive or negative, adjust the computer's volume there. You then have mute, which you'll see this lights up. When it's lit, you can speak. When it's not lit, it's muted. It's a very simple, very basic thing. This next one says EQ. You press it and a blue light, a motherfucking blue light, comes on. And it basically makes everything bassier. It's just bassier. And then you go to the side where we have additional controls. The one that says LED that I can't figure out what it does. If I hold this and then I like move, nothing makes the sense. I don't know if there's an app for this. I looked and I couldn't find an app. So that maybe there's an app that can let you pick things, but it doesn't fucking matter. Just who cares? Magic marker over that. So you get an LED button, and then you have a microphone slider for a hotter and cooler microphone. I know it's not actually what you do. What your hot miking is, you know, you put the heat up. So you could adjust your microphone on the fly and adjust the volume for this on the fly. The microphone gain does not affect anything in Windows. The volume for the thing, Windows, but the microphone gain is internal in the controller. So you can just lower your mic if you're coming in too loud, or you can raise your mic. You're a little bit quiet, raise, lower, and then you raise and lower that. And I currently have it set where in Windows, the microphone is unmuted, so I hear myself in the headphones, and it sounds pretty good. I'm gonna get this out of the way right now. I hear a noise. It's definitely a power noise, and it's probably the laptop's fault. And I tried to get the Schiit Wyrd hooked up because this is the USB filter thing that Schiit makes. I just can't find a 6-volt AC fucking power transformer. So much for trying that out, because this would be a perfect opportunity to see if I can clear up some USB noise that I'm hearing. Just in the left channel. It's like a... It's actually kind of cool, and it only is audible when it's... I'm literally paused music, volume up, and I could maybe hear it. So yeah, holy fuck. I didn't know I needed closed back SHP9500s. Because here's the thing, 9600s were a very bassy, warm headphone. You hit the EQ button here. Now it sounds like SHP9600s. And I wasn't like that sold on those. Although those were anticlimactic after years of waiting. Will something finally come and, oh my God, the SHP9600s are coming to save us. And they didn't. But with the EQ off, everything I like about the SHP9500s is now in a closed back headphone. And I love them. I fucking love them. Do they have the 6K spike? Maybe. I don't know. Whatever they're doing, I want to hear more music do it. This is fucking fantastic sounding. You know, if you're gonna, the one thing I always said was, if you're gonna make a gaming headset, buy a good headphone, and then just do some shit to it to make it a gaming headset, and you're good. You're done. You're done. You fucking figured it out. The Tackstars were good, and HyperX bought them and made the Clouds and the Cloud Flights, and the Tackstar Pro 2s became the fucking MH751s for Cooler Master. That's great. It's a great scheme. But you know what I've recommended more than any other headphone for gaming? The SHP9500s. I said they're open back. You'll get over it. Try them for gaming. And raise your fucking hands if you SHP9500 game. Me. Now imagine if you wanted that closed back. And there were attempts. You remember the boob headphones with the plastic pretty printed things? There were attempts. But this is actually closed. Like, closed enough that it makes most of my air conditioner go away. And it's exactly the sound that I would hope for a closed back SHP9500 to sound like. This is... I want to not say the word fuck 35 times in a row. So I'll say it 3 or 4 times in a row. Fuck. I need this sound in a non-USB headphone. Please, Philips. I thought you were dead. I thought, what the fuck is this? Where did this come from? Who? Why is it half French? Did Canada have something to do with this? Where are you from? And how are you only $100? See, that's the thing. The SHP9500s were anywhere from $57 to $72 their entire lives. And they went up to like 100 and something bucks. I'm like, oh, fuck. I better buy them before they go out of way. And then the SHP9600s came out, and I was like, ah, and all the deflation happened. This being a headphone that you don't have to amplify and you don't have to DAC because it's USB, and sounding as good as it fucking does, coming out of my laptop, just right on my laptop. Yeah, a little bit of noise, but I think that's going to change with every USB device you plug into, because it's USB fucking devices. These are fucking insane, and you need to buy them. I don't know who you are. Someone out there is watching this going, I love my SHP9500s, and I used to game with them all the time. But is Zeos really going to tell me to buy a fucking USB headset? I'm kind of contractually obligated with Satan himself to say yes. If any video on this channel was the video to watch and start Z reviews, it was the SHP9500s. And I sit here and I have to like review the Peacocks and other like a few $100 headphones. And I'm just like, I better get that SHP9500 closed back USB gaming headset out of the way. Oh, God. More light of the 7 from Game of Thrones. More. Take it to the maximum. You can actually hold it, too. It'll go up and down real fast. You don't have to press it. I'm just being dramatic. Oh, my fucking God. I don't know if they're DSP correcting this to sound this good. It would make sense. That would be a reason to use a USB only. Oh, for those of you who don't know, I got hit with a whole fuckload of basically worldwide blocks for sound demos, like 150 of them, because the Monogatari soundtrack that I like to use got and just yanked them off the internet. So I created a place for me to upload all the old block sound demos in just audio, purely audio. And if it gets popular enough, if enough people actually seek it out on the $5 tier of Patreon or Subscribe Star, I'll upload the video content as well there. And I could play anything I fucking want now. Because now there's no YouTube, there's no copyright, no one gives a shit. So I might, to sound demo these headphones. In fact, if you want to hear the sound demo of these headphones, there'll be one on the secondary channel. Linked in the description is a secondary sound demo channel. If you want to hear the unadulterated, fuck you, I'm going to play the entire 9-minute long Game of Thrones Light of the 7 through these, because that's what I want to do, then feel free to join my Patreon and subscribe to it for $5, because fuck it. These shouldn't sound this good for $100. This is If it's DSP correcting, then they did a fan-fucking-tastic job. And if it's just Schiit9500s and they did something to just dampen the backward fail, then they did a fucking fantastic job. I can't get the LEDs to stop blinking, please. Just go off. I don't need you. It's like, why can I change the color? Like, I can make it change faster. Like, watch. If I hold it down, what happens? Nothing. Oh, there, it just changed. It was fast. This is like, it's literally like I woke up from a dream and I got closed back Schiit9500s and they sound exactly like I'd always imagined they would. But they're an RGB USB gaming headset. Oh, you start screaming like, no. It's like when your mother's in your dream and you reach to touch her shoulder and she turns around, she has no fucking face. And it's like, I wanted my mother, but then they said, but it's not that bad. I mean, I can live with this. I can just have to plug it into a laptop or get an adapter for my phone. You can get an adapter for your phone, a USB-C to USB female, and just plug these into your phone if you really felt like that, doing that. Like you needed it. You like totally needed it. I don't need it, but oh my fucking God. They are as clear and as they sound open. I know they aren't open and you're not hearing the world, but they just back to the Game of Thrones. They sound so big. They sound like a big planar. Like I can compare to so many more headphones that I've used. And to be excited about something that's basically a 5-year-old headphone that I fucking gushed over because it sounds like a 5-year-old headphone. U2 vinyl, I'm hearing all the clicks and pops. Well, the bass is lacking, but that's the Schiit9500 sound. If you want more bass, you hit the EQ button, which I wish that was adjustable because, oh my God. It's just more, it's more mud than bass. It just says EQ. And it doesn't switch between multiple. It'd be great if that blue light, you hit it again and it comes on green. You hit it again, it comes on red. And then it could be RGB. And then you got 4 different EQs or something, but it doesn't do that. I just, fucking these fucking headphones. I do like that. Hello? Hello? Feedback loop. Feedback. Wow, it's got feedback loop cancellation. Or it would be doing it. They're built like Schiit9500s. They're just like, you know, you could just bang them around on shit and just they'll be fucking fine because they're Schiit9500s. And I don't know if this will bend a million times, but we're going to do that. I don't know what to say about these. They're $100. If you know, all right, here's the goal of this. How many people have watched this video? 15,000, 20,000? Probably 20,000. This is a big one. Some of you know someone who's like, I just need a gaming headset for gaming because I'm a 12-year-old boy or girl. I talk like this. It's fun. Make them get this. Buy it for them. Trick their parents into buying this one or advise their parents into buying this one. Don't show them this video because this will ruin everything. Get these into the hands and on the heads of impressionable youths so that they can understand never to buy an Astro fucking headset or a fucking Razer headset. Just put the Philips on there. They got perfectly round things here. You get some anime girl stickers with titties. You pop them on there. And you could take off the word Philips and you could just put a big, just draw YOLO 420XXX edition. And oh, look, there's LED lights, you know, Graham, whatever your kid's name is. And just fucking give it to them. Who names a kid Graham? That's dumb. But give them these headsets. Let them experience what the fuck. Because you know, trying to get a kid to wear fucking an open back set of Schiit9500s and they got to plug it in and it's got you got to get the mod mic and it hangs off the front and it's all right. It's Moto Boom Pro actually, and maybe that worked, but it's open back so they can hear shit. And this is what they don't have any LEDs on them. Doesn't even have any LEDs on them, ma. Well, fucking fixed. If you don't buy these for yourself, convince someone who needs a gaming headset to buy them and get them in to the fold. That's what these are. I had to come to terms with, like, all right, most people that I know and respect that love the Schiit9500s and would love a closeback will never buy these for themselves. But if you buy them for someone else, you get to borrow them and listen and experience the awe and mystery that reaches from the deepest inner mind to the TAG 6105s. I'm going to pause the video now. Actually, I'm going to try to take the pads off of this, if that even works. I haven't tried. Of course they come off. Oh, God. There we go. This looks to be the same. Yep, it's the same setup as the Deconi have, which means it's the same setup as the Schiit9500s. So I guess I'll try the pads on the regular ships and on these, and I'll report back in, let's say, an hour. But it'll actually be like 1 second for you, so hold on. Okay, so going back and forth with this stock pair, and this is an old stock pair. Old stock pair. This is probably an older stock pair. This is the one that I used to have the glue on enclosures because I removed the glue. This is now, I'm going to do one at a time. I can't get, sad news everybody, apparently the patterning here is slightly different from the patterning here. You can see this one's a little bit further out, so the damn thing won't fucking fit on the ones I just reviewed on the TAG 6105s. So it's going to be, these are just specifically for the Schiit9500s. I'll talk to Deconi, because it shouldn't take much to make more clip holes, because there's this weird fucking thing with, like, there's like this here that is really long and isn't even like, it's just a straightener. I don't know, so it doesn't work on that. I'm sad. But the stock pads are good enough to recommend. Besides, people who are looking at this section of the video, they want to know about their old-ass Schiit9500s. Can you change or improve them? So far, so good. Yes, the two pads we have are the Midnights and the Jerzees. These are the Midnights, which are like a protein leather, which means not leather, but not shitty, because Deconi doesn't know how to make shitty protein leather. So it feels nice and soft. And comparing directly to the unmodified, these hold off a little more. I mean, I'm probably using the most worn out pads in existence. Comparing to these new ones is like, wow, that's thick. But yeah, we're getting a little bit more distance from the driver. We're getting a little bit more soundstage, which is good, because you know, I never claimed the Schiit9500 sounded like they were soundstage kings. Oh, not here, there. A slight warming of the top end. Just, it's holding the bass a little bit better. Just holding in with that. So that's a welcome improvement. Improvement or change. I don't know how you want to run it out in your head. It's your head. You decide. But yes, like I'm sitting here just listening to, this is Zenkyoku Shu. Why do I have this? And where do I have this? It's got to be from Kill Bill. This is definitely some Kill Bill stuff. This is definitely some Kill Bill level stuff. And yeah, no, it sounds good. And it I'll admit that the fucking fabric sometimes doesn't always feel the best, and that they absorb sweat and everything else, and this feels better on your ears. And I did this one first because, well, I had changed it out first. The Jerzees ones are going to go next, and they're more like, well, jersey fabric. So this might maintain the sound a little closer to the original. This doesn't modify it greatly. It just changes it a little bit, and I'm like, yes. Joseph Trapanese. It takes away a little bit of airiness. It sounds a little bit more closed in, yet wider. So, approval ratings, 100%. Now to swap it to, now I'll leave these stock, and I'll swap these over to the Jerzees and see how that does. It's close to mid. All right, more better. Just these are also amazing. These are the Jerzees, and I switched amps in case, you know, the Burson wasn't as good as the IFI, or the IFI was doing something special to the Burson, so it's all checked out. Also much easier to get the pads off of the 9500s than those. I'll show you. I'll swap the stock pads on this out to those. Also, one little note in case you're still watching from the review of this, I didn't realize it, but if I squeeze the pads as I was putting the pads back on, there's literally a lump here I've never felt that. I've never seen that in a headphone before. It's super soft, super soft, super soft. And then there's like a stiff foam lump. Like a cancerous tumor. Like if this was a breast, I'd be really worried. But yeah, it's on both sides of this. And I guess that's to keep it at the right angle so it's not too soft. Because the stock Schiit9500 pads are just soft all around. They may have figured something out. I don't know, to do with comfort. Because I really like the way those feel on my head. But yeah, no. The Jerzees are Michael Jackson's Thriller all day long on repeat. Slightly wider. And the wideness could be because the pads are new, although these don't look that beat up. I had so many pairs of Schiit9500s, I never actually wore any of them out. Just kept changing them up. So it sounds a little bit wider. It sounds just less flat. That's the word I'm going to go with. I was stock to that, stock to that. I'm like, stock sounds for this, and these other ones sound like there's a little bit more shape to the sound. And if that isn't enough to make you at least intrigued to buy a set, then I cannot help you. Tower of God. Wait. Yeah, definitely. Either pad. If you want to try them with a little bit more forward, like warmth, get the Midnights. If you battery, all right. Yeah, these for a little bit more warmth, a little bit more not closed, but like focus sound. This is a little bit closer to stock. Honestly, I won't tell you which ones are more comfortable because that's up to you. Do you want pleather on your head, or you want to keep it with like a fabric? Although it is a much nicer fabric on the Duconies. I'm going to quickly show you how you take the pads off the Schiit9500s. Grab ring, not this ring, not the ring that doesn't this ring, and just get there's a hard plastic. Oh Jesus, how did I do this? All right, let's try it from the front. I got them off of that set. Oh, they might have been off of that set. Oh God. All right, there we go. That's how I'm doing it. All right, I've made a decision now. You go, because it's got big panels here. You find your thumb. Don't crush the driver. Try to get up away from the driver and just bend it. It's not like we need these old pads, but they just come off. So you just boom. Oh God. Yeah, you can see, oh, there's glue and shit. Here are the clips. Try not to shove your thumb through this, although it's pretty solid. This is where the lovemaking happens. And then the new ones are labeled R and L, and if you can't figure out which side is R on a fucking Schiit9500, you haven't watched any of my videos. And keep the R standing up. There's actually 5 pegs. There's this little detent here. Those had a huge, like half-inch long thing. You'll see that extra little space. You just line it up and go click, 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 and it's in. Probably this is the thing that we were trying to do with like 3D printing on Schiit9500s forever. In fact, one of these boxes, I'll open that up after I get this one on there. Line it up. That's it. It's attached. We've got new pads on there. This box I filled before the review with all the ring adapters I've ever had printed or given to me to try to change the pads in Schiit9500s. Just all of them. Just fucking so many revisions of them. And it's just don't bother. Just buy the Duconi ones. I hope they're on Amazon. I'm navigating everywhere around the world. I'd have to raise the volume a little bit when I change the pads. And I don't know what that is. And here I'm going to have to lower the volume a little bit. Tower of God, by the way. Great anime and amazing soundtrack. So now I have the choice of Midnight's Jerzees, which is obviously a little bit more open because they just are, or DSP corrected closebacks. Wow, they're all good. They're all good. All right, I'm done. One kiss will make it better. I don't like gaming headsets because you can't just put them down because the stupid mic's in the way, so you have to push them about like this or put them off the table. The little things. It's the little things. Speaking of the little things, Patreon and subscribe start very little things that help me live. And I bought these just straight up, just like a fuck money, because I wasn't gonna like try to contact a support rep from. No, just I'll buy things. Patreon should be for buying things and for keeping the cat healthy. Her bills are high. But Patreon subscribe start. See reviews early. Participate in yard sales. Get into the unlimited sound demo channel on Telegram, which is where it currently is. I don't know. It can go anywhere it wants. Once it's behind a paywall, I could do whatever you'd like me to do with it. Except for put it on YouTube, because YouTube is bad. So those three things. If you want to yard sale these, I don't know. Let's not even talk about that. $10 a month behind the scenes private Telegram chat if you want to ask me any questions directly. That's where to do it. Also, that gets you into the behind the scenes Telegram chat. Swap Meet, which is a lifetime chat. You have to consistently be a $10 supporter to be in the chat. But the Swap Meet, once you're in it, you're in it. I'm not going to bother figuring out who isn't and shouldn't be in there. So you could trade gear with other patron members. There's reputations. Everybody knows who's who. It's great. Wallpaper of worst best girl or best worst girl, you decide, in the description. Although Mina is obviously the best in the show because she's so happy. And then yeah, links to everything here in Hi-Fi Guides and the Hi-Fi Guides forum. I don't even know where this would end up on the Hi-Fi Guides forum, because you have a gaming section. Is it going to be a gaming headset or is this a headphone? Like, it's USB, so it's not like normal. That's like if this headphone came with a permanent wire glued to like an iFi Zendak. You'd plug in the USB and it would work, but it's like, is that a headphone or is that something else? You tell me. Anyway, I'm done. I'm Zeos Pantera. I hope this video hasn't been too long for some of you, and I hope it wasn't too short for some of you. And thank you to Deconi for both sending me these and making them. A little bit late. This should have been like the third pad they engineered, because I think Schiit 9500s, I think there's enough of them out there now that this makes sense for them to come out with these. And now that these are a thing, they should probably modify them to just pop onto those. Although, how many people are buying USB? I mean, they made like Razer Kraken ones, but that's for noobs that have no idea what they're doing. These are the key, and then these two pads both are the key, and then these old. Oh God, my God, how much have I sweat in these? Anyway, I'm done. You're done. She's done. We're done. Thank you. I'll see you in 2 days. Sound demo, other channel linked in the description. See it there.